Hi, welcome to the Virtuous Woman Talk podcast, and I am your host, AlexasStarr. So, on today's topic, we're going to talk about modesty and adultery. So, these two topics go hand in hand, and let me explain why. So, basically, the Lord put on my spirit, like, as His women, we're becoming Proverbs 31 women, which means we're virtuous, we act in the way of the Lord, we do the things He tells us to do. So, initially, when we do these things that he calls us to do, we're supposed to do it in a modest way. And I know a lot of women in this generation is like, well, I wear what I want and it makes me feel beautiful. It makes me feel confident. And so on the notes here, I'm going to bring up what God put on my spirit to say. But he's like, yes, I give y'all free will. I give y'all free reign to do certain stuff, but still, ultimately, I still want you to do it in a correct way, in a correct manner. And so, this generation is not just Gen Zers, but millennials, Gen X, and the people after that. You even got baby boomers who are coming out with tube tops or looking like prostitutes. And so God is like, I don't want my babies, my daughters, to carry themselves in that manner. And so we're going to talk on the notes that he gave me, and then we're going to get into the discussion. So the note says, for the virtuous woman, talk on the subject of dressing modestly, because your body is a temple of the Lord. He put on my spirit with some of the outfits that we wear outside. He said, basically, would you wear that same outfit that you are typically like the prostitute type of wear? He said, would you wear that in front of your dad or your uncle or a male figure in your life? And so then he said, if you was able to actually see God in physical form, would you comfortably wear those provocative outfits in front of him and have no remorse? And so when he put that on my spirit, I was like, because ultimately God is our father, right? So that's why he had me bring up dad, uncle, father figure. So he was saying, like, comfortably, if you was to actually see God in physical form, would you really be okay? And would you be comfortable wearing that provocative outfit? Like going, I say for instance, God was sitting like on the couch and he's watching TV or whatever because he's a dad, and then, you say, okay, dad, I'm going out or whatever. And he's like, would you be comfortable walking past me or being in my presence with that outfit on? And I didn't look at it that way until he said that. And then he said, if your answer is yes, that you will feel comfortable doing that, he said, God says you need to do some soul searching. Okay. Then, because there comes a time and place for everything. And he put on my spirit, meaning those provocative outfits are and clothing necessarily was meant to be sexy. Okay. And you are supposed to be that way towards your God ordained husband and for his eyes only, not for the entire world to see. If your answer is no, you won't feel comfortable, then that's okay because now you have the sense of conviction, okay? And God can work with you. But it says Jesus come into our lives fully once we accept him as our Lord and Savior. People want to downplay modesty like it's no big deal. There's a lot of people in this generation say, we have bigger issues to worry about. We have bigger problems to worry about. So that's what this generation is literally saying. It's bigger issues, it's bigger issues. God says actually modesty does matter and it plays a huge part in not only our lives but the people around us, whether you know that or not. Because he says if a man happens to look at you with lust in his heart, he has now committed adultery with you in his heart because you provoked him to stare and lust after you due to your clothing. We have to take accountability for that because 10 times out of 10, the Lord whispered and told you not to wear that specific outfit, and you did anyways. And so he wanted me to bring up the Matthew 5:27 verse, which is the part about adultery. You have heard that it was said, you shall not commit adultery. But this is in red, and Jesus said this part, but I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully have already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to stumble, gouge it out. and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than throw your whole body into the pits of hell. And if your right hand causes you to stumble, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than your whole body go into the pits of hell. So let's talk on this subject real quick, okay? And so God never said we have to dress like a nun, ladies, okay? God never said we have to dress like a nun. He says cover up and do it in a modest, beautiful, confident way. Okay, so this generation of confidence is go out with the very sheer outfits where underneath the sheer outfits it's either just a pair of underwear and their top area is out to where you can see the outlining of their breasts. And sometimes you got women who don't even wear no undergarments at all. Okay, no bra, no panties, no nothing. God say, now, if you go outside looking like that, okay, and you're comfortable doing that, then that's an issue. Because let's put it this way, ladies and women who promotes feminism, and women should be able to wear what they want. Let's put it this way, okay? Let's throw in a scenario and then ask how you feel after the scenario, right? So say for instance this scenario. You are about to go out to eat with your husband and your kids, okay? And y'all go to this restaurant. So at the restaurant, it's it's upscale, or it could be like business casual. So you dress up, you look cute. You as the wife, the mom, you're dressed up, you covered up, you got a dress on, you got your hair done, got your nails done, you look cute, a little pantsuit, whatever you feel like is business casual or cute, okay? And since Christmas is coming around, let's just say you are about to go have Christmas dinner with your family at a restaurant, okay? So now, as a wife and a mom, okay, you know what your husband likes. Like, and when I say that, I'm saying like you know what attracts him. Like you know what attracts him, like his eyes, So in the bedroom, you know what to put on, or in public, you know what to put on to basically look cute for your husband, your man, right? So you put that on because it's date night, it's family night. You satisfying your man. You look cute. You look beautiful in your head. Okay. So now y'all go to the restaurant. Okay. Everybody in the restaurant is looking elegant, cute, sophisticated, all this stuff. Then come walking in is a woman who now has on this sheer outfit to where she most likely probably have the underwear on, but she probably have something that's showing her nips or showing her breasts or showing the outline of, because now you got the dresses to where it shows the outline of them not having the panties on, something in that nature, okay? So now in your head, you're like, okay, you're not judging, so you probably don't even say nothing. You just don't even say nothing, okay? Because the Lord said we don't judge. But I'm gonna just say this: she walks in, she goes sit down. Maybe she's by herself. So now she has purposely put that on to go to a sophisticated restaurant in front of the sophisticated men and family because and you know what, while we on the subject, I'm gonna double back on something else too. Give me 1 second. But now she has went in there purposely to now get attention. Now she might be going out because she might be single or whatever the case is, but let's be 100% realistic. I told y'all we're gonna be unfiltered and we're gonna be realistic on this podcast. A lot of women who does that provocatively, like go out provocatively, look in provocative, and go to the very nice spots is because she wants to catch something. Like let's just keep it 100, okay? So now y'all eating. And so now you happen to just slightly look over. Your husband might be to the right side. So you happen to eat and you look to the right, and now you see your husband can't keep his eyes off of this young lady. Now in your brain, you like, there's no way he could be attracted to this type of woman. And you know what? And then sometimes your husband may not be attracted to that type of woman, but because she physically have her assets out, he is now in his head picturing himself with her. And God says, women, if we have men do this, that man have now committed adultery with you. God takes adultery very seriously, and I want y'all to understand me. Like, I want y'all to really, for real, if y'all don't listen to another episode of mine and you just happen to watch this one, make this your last one, I want y'all to really feel me, okay? This is coming from a woman who did the provocative clothes wearing, okay? This is coming from somebody who intentionally used to go out the house with the cleavage showing, with the butt shorts on, to get a man's attention. Me not knowing, to a certain extent, I'm not sitting up here making excuses for nothing. To a certain extent, I did not know that once a man looked at me in a lustful way, and we don't know if he's married or not, but if he was happened to be married and he looked at me and in his brain he was like, "Ooh, I want to do some things to her," he was married, that man has now committed adultery. And when come judgment day, this man got to stand before God. God gonna so, sir, you got a wife. Why did you stare at her like that? Or why did you say in your heart, I want to get and be with her? Okay. Then you turn around and get before God, and he gonna ask you, Alexis, Susie, Lily, whatever your name is, Amanda, why did you decide that you want to wear that piece of clothing that night or that week or that day or that, and we can't sit up there and lie in front of the man. He knows everything. We can't just sit up here and lie and be like, well, I wanted to do it because I wanted to feel beautiful. He's going to be like, now you know. Like, maybe you did feel beautiful. Maybe you honestly, truly did. Maybe. Maybe. That's a huge maybe. But honestly, like, let's be realistic. We do it to get a man's attention. Like, I'm not even going to say what I was about to say, but I'm going to just say this. As women, we know how to get a man. I'm going to just keep it as simple as that. As women, we know how to get a man's attention, okay? And God is like, as my daughters, we need to set standards, okay? We need to set boundaries, okay? Like, we are lowering our standards and our boundaries to get a man who ultimately gonna be like, oh, a man is a man. I'm gonna just say this: a man is a man. Whether he like that type of woman, a provocative woman, or he like a sophisticated woman, that's on him. That's between him and Jesus. But as for Proverbs 31 women of God, we need to keep the sexy, sexy, sexy. Like, I'm talking about the fishnet, see-through clothing. We need to keep that in the bedroom. Like, that's for you and your man. Spice up y'all night, be cute. That's for the bedroom. That's to stay at the house. The whole world do not need to see your assets, okay? And also, too, we're wondering why it's a generation of perverts. We're wondering why is it so many perverted men? Why? Why? Y'all, they probably saw at a young age, it's different circumstances why people turn into perverts, okay? Women are perverts too. But it's certain circumstances that turn somebody into a perverted mind. But it was a post I saw on Facebook last year. And I can say this. The devil, you give this man an inch, he takes a mile, and he want to see how long he can run with it. Okay, the reason I'm saying this is because, like, as kids, when we were younger, we watched Cartoon Network, and all the other stuff, and the hero shows and stuff like that. And then when we became teenagers, we started watching more PG-13, some killing stuff, some, then eventually we start staying in the living room or the room with our parents to where they let us watch certain scenes on the show. Because when you was younger and a certain part of a movie came on, your parent either said cover your eyes or get out. Okay. Some parents didn't say get out, and they allowed their kid to see that very provocative scene in a movie. So y'all gotta realize something. A lot of stuff started as kids. So let's go back to the restaurant. So the woman who just walked in that had a provocative outfit, you as the wife, you're a wife and a mom, your son or daughter just saw this lady walk in. And she's very confident in what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. So now your son getting like this tingly feeling, which is the spirit of lust. He's starting to have the spirit of lust come over him because now, if he's seeing, that's one thing I realize with kids too. If kids see you doing something, they're going to repeat you. So now the little boy probably done seen daddy head go like this and see that daddy head ain't turned back and look at mommy. So now your son head done went and turned and looked at the young lady too and mesmerizing over her. And that's how it starts. It starts off small and then it festers up. And then now you got people who have PORN addictions. And now you have people who don't know how to keep them hands to themselves because something like that started. Okay. And now I know you're probably like, don't blame it all on the women. I'm not, but I am at the same time because we have to take accountability. God said, y'all grown now. We grown. Y'all, we grown. Like, we very grown. We, at our very grown age, we have to take accountability for something. And this is coming from a woman who did the on purpose provocative clothes wearing to get a man's attention. When I got the attention I thought I was seeking, I ain't necessarily like it. So then God is like, see, you thought you really wanted to be a part of this lifestyle and it ain't cut out for you. Okay? The spirit of lust, perversion, fornication, adultery, those spirits are no joke. And God is saying they are no joke for a reason. Those spirits, if they carried out long enough, turns into a stronghold. People have to literally go to deliverance services to get the spirit of lust and perversion off of them. That is a serious thing. Like, a guy on TikTok was like, it got so bad with the spirit of like lust and perversion. He used to watch PORN. He will purposely take multiple breaks throughout the day at his job just to go watch PORN at the job. That's what I say. You know what? God is saying, ladies, please, you think in your head it's not affecting anyone. I feel confident. I feel beautiful. It's a me thing. I'm not affecting anyone. I should wear what I want to wear. It's not affecting anyone. Yes, it is. He's having me come and tell you, beautiful ladies. Yes, it is affecting people around you. It's affecting people you don't know. Like, we literally have a set of influencers on the World Wide Web who purposely make their influencer money off of dressing provocatively. Like, I shouldn't have to name them because you already know who I'm talking about. These women are very comfortable in what they post. They're okay with posting. They're okay with getting eyes and attention on them. And God is like, that's not the life I have cut out for you. No, I want you with one man. I want your man eyes to be on you. Because let me tell you something. Y'all do know, as people like to say, it's karma. I don't even like using the word karma anymore. But you do know the way you get your husband is the way you lose them. Okay? So if you catch your boyfriend at the time or your husband by dressing provocatively, it's a possibility if y'all on the outs or whatever, you can possibly lose your husband due to a woman dressing provocatively because that's how he picked you up. That's how you attracted him. Okay? So my thing is this. Do it in a godly way. Dress in a godly way. Because people keep saying it's about confidence. If they feel beautiful, leave them alone. Leave them alone. That's their business. They feel beautiful. But it's like, hear me out, okay? Honestly, would you be okay if you was to see your husband, your guy, your boyfriend, soon to be fiance, would you be okay if you turned around and saw him staring at a woman's assets? Would you honestly be okay with that? Because if you are the woman who keeps saying, let a woman be a woman, let her be a woman, let her be confident, let her dress how she want to dress, let her dress provocatively. If you are that type of woman, honestly, say to yourself, would you be okay if you was to turn around and actually see your partner staring at that type of woman? Would you be okay with that? And if you are okay with that, that's a heart posture thing. You got to go speak with Jesus about that, okay, honey? But I'm going to be honest with you, Alexis. I'm not okay with my partner, soon to be husband, to do that. I want my husband eyes to be on me. I'm jealous, okay? And also too, our bodies are God are a part of God's temple. When you degrade yourself, you're degrading God's temple. He's like, don't do that. God holds his women and men, but God holds his daughters to a certain standard. Like he looks at us very highly. He literally said in the word, he said, my daughters are more precious than rubies and diamonds. Do you know how valuable rubies and diamonds and pearls are? He said, y'all are more valuable than rubies and diamonds. So if he said we're more valuable than rubies and diamonds, start acting like that. Now, am I saying start acting sadiddy? No. And start acting stuck up? No. Okay? But it took a while to get me to now transform into this woman I am today. Like, it took a minute, okay? Because I thought in my brain, like, I feel beautiful. I feel confident. I know what I want. I know what I want to attract. I'm not changing for nobody. But ultimately, once I gave my life to Jesus and I surrendered, he changed my heart posture. And honestly, y'all, like, the way I look at fashion and dressing and styling now, it's like a whole different 360 switch. I know people say 180. I say 360 because I used to want to be, I was the girl. I was her. And then before I became her, I used to want to be that girl who had the crop top on, the booty shorts on, the lace on, and all that stuff. And then I became her, realized I don't like the lifestyle. I don't like getting googly eyed at and like basically what's the gawking. Like I don't want men to be like ooh 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 because it's like after a while that gets tiring. Like you gotta get tired of that sooner or later. I'm just saying I know I got tired of it. And I got tired of it and I was like, all right, Lord, like some gotta change. Some gotta give. And he was like, yeah. So then I gave my life to Jesus and he switched my mindset. And now I love seeing it's called old money aesthetic. Like you look very classy, elegant, dress on, blouse on, top on. I'm not saying dress with a full long sleeve turtleneck. I love turtlenecks, but long sleeve turtleneck pants. I'm not saying you have to dress like that 24/7, but the elegant look is so beautiful and it's so timeless and it's so mind changing because it's like you look well put together. And I know certain people go through certain stuff. Now some situations some women can't help it because of certain lifestyle and that's how they made they living due to certain lifestyles and dressing provocatively. But if you are currently in that lifestyle, God say come out of that lifestyle. And if you are promoting that lifestyle to where it's like oh, she's a woman, let her be her, stop promoting that. Like, we have to be the change we want to see. God put that on my heart. Like, if we want to see our babies grow up and be successful and be better than us, then we, as the parents now, we have to set that standard. Like, I don't want to see my daughter go out and be the old me. The old me was, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to see her do the old stuff I used to do. Like, when I say I want my daughter to be better than me, I literally mean that. And I wholeheartedly, sincerely mean that. I want her to walk in the way of the Lord. I want her to fulfill God's will for her life, not her own will, but God's will. And so, if we want to see change, if we want to see standards set, we have to start doing it ourselves. So then the next generation will be like, you know what? I want to look like or be like that when I get older. But we can't keep doing that if we keep coming into agreement with sin necessarily. And yeah, well, yeah, we can't keep doing that if we keep coming into agreement with the sin. Like, dressing provocatively and now having that man lust after that person is now a sin, because now the man that committed adultery. And so now you got to go back home from the restaurant and look across your man's head like, so what was that all about? And he got to explain to his wife now, I mean, baby, she just walked in. I wasn't, that ain't my type. And now he got to explain himself to his wife because you wanted to come in and look like that. Ma'am, no, honey. And this is coming from somebody who did that, okay? So I'm saying this. Allow God to change your mind. Allow God to change your appetite. It's an appetite and it's a heart posture. Allow him to change that, because after a while, nothing good is going to come out that type of lifestyle. And I'm telling you this from experience. Like I told y'all, keeping it unfiltered and truthful. Nothing good is going to come out of that lifestyle if you keep going down that path. Like, you think you're going to snag you a good, successful man, and you might at first, but then when the man switch on you because he's like, well, that's how I got you, or da da da. And it's like, save yourself a heartache. Save yourself a headache. You know what I'm saying? Don't even put yourself in that situation. God is like, certain situations you could have avoided if you didn't put yourself in that situation. You know what I'm saying? So don't put yourself in those heartbreak situations, because that can be heartbreaking. Like, you ultimately going to look out and scope for a man. Then once you get this man behind closed doors, it's a totally different situation than what you thought. And I have got that situation before I was married happen to me a couple of times, to where I thought by me dressing sexy and confidently in that way, provocative way, they was gonna snag me a wealthy man, or whatever your goal is to do that. I thought it was gonna snatch me a good wealthy man, and no, God was like, no, absolutely not. And so he has me coming out to tell you guys, we have to do better. How we dress, how we talk, how we move, how we maneuver does ultimately affect other people. Our sins affect other people, whether you want to believe that or not. But my thing is this: I don't want to have to answer to God about certain stuff if somebody, when I was younger, would have jumped on YouTube around that time and told me, honey, this not even worth it. Don't do that. So I want to help be that voice to tell this next generation. If you are a Gen Zer and you watching this, if you are a millennial, if you are a Gen X and baby boomer, please, for the sake of your kids, for the sake of your sanity, for the sake of everything, please, y'all, dress modestly and go on Pinterest and look up outfit ideas. It's so many pretty outfit ideas that we can do, and you know what I'm saying? It's so many different stuff we can do. But God is like, it's a certain time and place for everything, and it's a certain standard that I want you to live by, okay? And so with that being said, on this topic, while we're talking, I have opened up a gift shop, which is a boutique and a gift shop. And so we do sell clothing right now. We just sell t-shirts, and soon we will be adding classy, elegant, modest apparel for women and kids, because just like how I'm talking to you guys to change, I want to be the change as well. It's not a lot of modest apparel companies around. I'm just being honest. It's not a lot of modest apparel. And I want to be able to be that change that I'm talking about. So go to thedreamlife.com. We will be adding clothes sets, like boutique sets, very soon, clothing sets, to where you can get something for you and your babies, for women and kids. We sell shirts, but soon we will be adding sets. So go ahead and shop on thedreamlife.com. It's going to be like dresses, shirts, pants, pantsuits, comfortable, cozy sets that you can wear at the house. It's going to be a lot of stuff. Um, right now, I'm talking to a couple of vendors because I want to be able to supply you guys high quality, affordable clothing, okay, for your home, for everyday work outfits, for special occasions. Like, I want to be able to supply you guys high quality, affordable pieces. So just be patient with me. We're adding those sets soon. But go ahead and shop on thedreamlife.com to start your modest journey. We do have the t-shirts, which is the v-neck or the crew neck, which is very soft material. It's beautiful. It fits. And you can get like a custom made shirt for you and your babies. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in my next episode.